Welcome to Fenway Park, a beautiful night in Boston. It's the middle game of the three-game series between the Chicago White Sox and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, some of the Red Sox players have had up and down seasons, but very consistent has been Red Sox first baseman Adrian Gonzalez, and some eye-popping numbers in the month of May. As we get ready to wrap up May, Adrian Gonzalez, incredible. He tied teammate David Ortiz for third most homers in the month among American League players with his 9th in May last night. If he hits another one tonight, it would be the third time in his career he's hit 10 in a month. 2 times he did so in the past were also in May. 347 is the 4th highest average he's ever had in a single month, and his 31 RBIs are the most he's ever had in any single month. We welcome in Jerry Remy, and Jerry, tonight it's Alfredo Aceves, who's been very good filling in for the Red Sox.
He's been very good for the Boston Red Sox. As a matter of fact, throughout his whole career, he's been very good, whether he's been working out of the starting rotation or the bullpen. Now, most of his work in his career, 65 appearances out of the bullpen, but look at the record of 14-1 and a 3.08 ERA. Now, as a starter, 7 starts, a 2-0 record. He's made a couple of starts for the Red Sox against the Cubs and Detroit, and has pitched very, very well. It was interesting this afternoon when Tito Francona was talking about what's going to happen when John Lackey comes back. And the fact is that he said it's possible that Aceves and Wakefield could be part of that starting rotation. Not a 6-man rotation, but depending on how the matchups go, one of those 2 guys could get a start. So that's encouraging news for Aceves, regardless of what happens tonight.
Well, the Red Sox and White Sox. Red Sox trying to bounce back. We're back with more from Fenway right after this. Sox. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth as we get ready for Game 2 of the series. The White Sox are here. One of their better players has been a member of the White Sox since 1999. Born in Providence, Rhode Island, Paul Konerko, and his numbers and rankings all time within the Chicago White Sox organization are very impressive. Last night he hit his 369th home run of his White Sox career, ranked 2nd in team history in homers and RBIs, trailing only Frank Thomas in both categories. Last season was the 11th time he's hit more than 20 home runs in a season with Chicago. It's only player in club history with more than 10 seasons of 20 or more. He was a free agent this past offseason, has a chance to keep moving up. He has 2 more years left on his current contract. With more on a member of the former Chicago White Sox, now a member of the Red Sox, here's Heidi Watney.
Well done. Bobby Jenks was activated from the disabled list today, but before he went on the DL, he was having some trouble with control. So he watched some video and identified a mechanical flaw in his delivery. He said it was just a slight flaw, but it was enough to alter his control of the ball. I talked to him about it before the game today.
Somewhere in between my first 4 or 5 appearances into my last 5, there was something in between there where I started getting into a bad habit and really just not pitching like I can. Obviously, no, it was all down to mechanics. I was over slouched, I was overturning, getting just somewhere in there. I got in a bad habit and didn't know how to fix it at the time.
Now, Jenks said that problem with his mechanics is also what led to the pain he felt in his biceps and the stint on the DL. Jenks said he was over-rotating towards the third base side. His shoulder was staying too far back, and even though it was only slightly off, it was enough to alter his control of the ball. He said this stint on the DL has given him extra time to make sure he corrected the problem, and now he's mechanically sound and pain-free. Don?
Thanks, Heidi. The Red Sox and White Sox Game 2 is coming your way next. Once again, a spectacular night in Boston. Nothing but blue skies above, comfortable conditions as the Red Sox take the field tonight. As they do, let's check out the visiting Chicago White Sox starting 9. Juan Pierre leads it off in left field. Alexei Ramirez is at shortstop, bats second. Carlos Quentin is in right field third with Paul Konerko at first base. A.J. Pierzynski does the catching and bats fifth with Alex Rios in center field. Adam Dunn is in the lineup tonight. He is the DH batting seventh with Gordon Beckham back at second base eighth. And Brent Morel is at third base. He bats ninth. Well, the start tonight for Alfredo Aceves. It is his third start, 14th overall appearance. He is 2-0 with a 2.22 earned run average, 17 strikeouts in 28 and a third. Opponents sitting at 192 against him. He is 2-0 in his career against the White Sox. And last time out against the Tigers, he went 6 innings and gave up just 1 run and got the victory.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. The Red Sox are second in the American League with 25 errors on the season. Kevin Youkilis at third base, Jed Lowry the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second, and Adrian Gonzalez the first baseman. Left to right, Kyle Crawford, Jacoby Ellsbury, and J.D. Drew, and Jason Veritek doing the catching for Aceves.
Bill Welke has to play tonight, calling the balls and strikes. The crew chief, Tim Cheetah, is at first base. Mike Estabrook is at second. And Marty Foster is the umpire at third. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Well, blue skies above. Lights are on as the Red Sox continue this homestand. And Alfredo Aceves ready to work. Juan Pierre stands in, and the first pitch of the ball game is in there for strike one. Pierre showed bunt and jumped back out of the way. There's a 265. No home runs, 11 runs batted in. Slaps it foul, and it's 0-2. Cevis 2-0 with a 4.05 earned run average in his career against Chicago. First time he's faced him as a member of the Red Sox, of course. So far 1-0 here at Fenway Park with a 2.57 ERA. And a swing and a miss makes quick work of Juan Pierre. One down.
Aliceta is going to the curveball to pick up the strikeout against Juan Pierre. A couple of fastballs followed by the breaking ball to get the strikeout. Shook off Jason Varitek a couple of times. Wanted to throw the deuce. He did, and he got the strikeout.
One out for Alexei Ramirez. I think 278, 6 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Pops it up right side of the Red Sox infield. Dustin Pedroia will put it away equidistant between first and second. 2 down. So 2 down, and Carlos Quentin coming up. "13 home runs on the season for Quentin already. Got a hit last night in the ball game. Now 11 times on the year. He's been struggling at the plate lately. He's 2 for his last 16. Mentioned the 13 home runs. 11 of them have come away from U.S. Cellular Field in Chicago, where most of his work on the road. Takes a breaking ball high for ball 1.
Don, you mentioned those hit by pitch 11. That by far leads the American League in that category.
In there for strike 1 on a curveball again, and it's 1-1. Back-to-back curveballs, and there are the numbers you're talking about. You take a look at where he is in the box. I mean, he's not particularly close, but he does get hit a lot. Back in the box pretty deep, but not as close to the plate as some may be. The guy gets hit a ton. This is a check swing soft grounder. Gonzalez will need help. Cevis, maybe he won't. He's going to take it himself and tags the bag. That will end the first. As Cevis with a 1-2-3 first. The Red Sox are coming up. The White Sox went 1-2-3 in the first. The Red Sox are coming up, and the Red Sox starting lineup is brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Jacoby Ellsbury at the top of the order in center field. Dustin Pedroia at second base with Adrian Gonzalez at first base. Kevin Youkilis at third. David Ortiz, the DH, bats fifth with Carl Crawford in left field. Jed Lowry is at shortstop batting seventh. J.D. Drew in right field eighth. And Jason Varitek does the catching. He bats ninth. Phil Humber is on the mound tonight. His 12th appearance overall. His 10th start, comes in at 3-3 with a 2.85 earned run average, 33 strikeouts at 13 walks. An opponent sitting under 200 at 194. No decision, but a very good outing against a good hitting Toronto Blue Jays team. 7 2/3, giving up 1 run. Ready to work to Jacoby Ellsbury with strike one.
First time that Humber has ever worked against the Boston Red Sox.
Ellsbury hitting .297, 6 homers, 27 runs batted in. Humber is 28 years of age, 12th career start. He's not got a lot of run support, 16 total runs in those starts. This is a one hopper hit sharply to short. Ramirez has got it, and Ellsbury is retired.
The defense tonight for the White Sox, they're 7th in the American League with 32 errors on the season. Brent Morel at third base, Alexi Ramirez the shortstop, Gordon Beckham at second, and Paul Konerko the first baseman. Left to right, Juan Pierre, Alex Rios, and Carlos Quentin, and A.J. Przinsky doing the catching for Humber.
One out for Dustin Pedroia. As part of our key matchup brought to you by New England Acura dealers. Numbers against the White Sox as Pedroia takes strike one. Feasted on White Sox pitching, hitting at .326. 2 RBIs in the game last night. He's tardy on that cut, and it's 0-2.
Fastball so far reaching about 90 miles an hour for Humber.
On the ground towards second baseman Gordon Beckham. Off balance throw, 2 down. So 2-way, and Adrian Gonzalez coming up. Leads the majors with 45 runs batted in as he settles in. Make it 46 on 10 home runs, .332 average. Yesterday 2 for 4, the home run batted in. And there for strike one. Center fielder Alex Rios step or two towards left center for him to go the other way in the outfield. His home run last night was pulled.
And the White Sox do not put the shift on the infield like a lot of clubs have done against Gonzalez.
As again, White Sox able to take game 1 of this series here last night. And with that win, 8.5 games back of the Cleveland Indians in the American League Central at 25-31. Indians on top right now by 5 games over the Tigers. 3-1 is fouled straight back, a full count. Youkilis waiting on deck with 2 down here in the first. This is on the ground foul down by the tarp, not a play.
Slider that time from Humber. First slider we've seen him throw. He's fastball, changeup, curveball, and slider. And there's the slider going down and in against Adrian Gonzalez, who pulls it foul.
Gonzalez chasing a pitch up and out of the strike zone to strike out and to end the first inning. Done with one. No score from Fenway. Top half of the second inning back at Fenway Park. Paul Konerko leading it off here for the White Sox. They went in order in the first inning. It's Konerko, Brzezinski, and Rios to bat here in the second. Konerko up over 300 at 301. 11 homers and 40 runs batted in. It is 376th home run of his career last night. And Carlton Fisk for 66th all time. He's a former member of the Chicago White Sox. I don't know if Carlton's in the house tonight. He was last night. His number is here every night. Two-one is outside. Veritek tried to bring it back to the corner. 3-1 to Konerko.
Well, for those who may not have seen Aceves pitch so far, he'll feature the fastball, the cut fastball, the slider, and also the changeup.
Down and away, ball 4 on the fastball that time. Leadoff walk for Paul Konerko. John Dennis and Jerry Callahan don't have nearly as many Twitter followers as their M-Dog, but that doesn't mean you can't follow them every weekday morning starting at 6 a.m. on the WEEI Sports Radio Network. It's Dennis and Callahan, Boston's #1 morning show on Sports Radio, WEEI, and also right here on Nesson. Lead runner on in the second inning as A.J. Brzezinski gets settled in. White Sox catcher hitting at 267, 2 homers and 17 runs batted in. Last 18 games, he's been pretty hot, hitting at 333 in the last 18 games. This one fouled off, and it's 1-1. He's currently the hardest player in the American League to strike out. One strikeout every 18.80 plate appearances.
He pretty much is in that category every season. Does not walk very much, does not strike out very much. Very aggressive hitter.
Running in on him as he fouls it off into the seats and out of play. Good numbers here in his time at Fenway Park. Bats with Konerko at first, nobody out here in the second inning. Brzezinski fouling it off the left side this time, and it hangs at 1-2. One-two pitch. It is the curveball, and it misses. 2-2. It's jammed, but gets it into right field, kind of muscled it out there. And up to second base goes Konerko on the single by A.J. Brzezinski. First hit of the night for the White Sox.
Yeah, broken bat right there on a cut fastball from Aceves. Gets it in the hands of A.J. Brzezinski, breaks the bat, but he picks up the base hit. So first and second, nobody out. Soft line drive to the left of Dustin Pedroia.
So 2 on, nobody out for Alex Rios. Jason Varitek headed out to talk to Alfredo Aceves.
Make sure they got the signs right with the man at second base.
Well, last year, Aceves making 2 appearances against the White Sox, both in relief. And both, of course, with the Yankees, did not allow a run in 2 2/3 innings. 2 of his last 3 games against the White Sox, spanning back to the 2009 season. Made 1 previous start against the White Sox. It was at the old Yankee Stadium. Gave up 2 runs and 5 hits, 6 innings. Deals with strike 1 to Alex Rios. Rios now 30 years of age. Swing and a miss. Leading that time 0-2.
Cut fastball again that time from Aceves up, and it looked to be out of the strike zone. But the swing and miss right there by Rios.
Rios now in his 3rd season with the White Sox after 6 in Toronto. And that was very close. I think it caught the corner, but no call from Bill Welke. 1-2.
Yeah, Aceves' head just dropped after this. He thought he had strike 3.
Curveball hit in the air to right. Drew on the move. It has fallen fast. Drew into the slide to make the catch. J.D. Drew with a good sliding grab in right.
Well, once again, an excellent jump by J.D. Drew in right field. He goes sliding on the warning track to make the catch. It did not look like J.D. was going to get to this ball, but then that last slide gets him to it and gets that first out of the inning. That ball gets by J.D. People are going to run for a while.
Alfredo Aceves liked it very much. J.D. Drew with a nice grab for the first out of the second inning. So Konerko back to second, Brzezinski back to first. And here is Adam Dunn, who did not appear in the first game of the series here last night. .181 average, 5 home runs, 23 runs batted in.
He's been having his struggles. 5 for his last 50.
Carl Crawford, who of course signed here with the Red Sox, a lot of pressure to begin the year for him. He started slowly, but Crawford brings a lot of other things. If he's not hitting, he still can run if he can get on base. We saw his great defense out in left. If you're Adam Dunn in your first year with the Chicago White Sox, you really kind of do one thing. And if it's not getting done and you are struggling at the plate, he's really struggling in his first year with the White Sox. And pressure is kind of mounting. He was not in the lineup last night. His big home run numbers over the course of his career. Better than 40 home runs 4 times in Cincinnati. And he will be walked on 4 pitches by Aceves to load the bases. Get one of the best sports sections in the country delivered to your home every day. Sign up now for convenient Boston Globe home delivery at bostonglobe.com/sports. So bases loaded, 1 down for Gordon Beckham. Back in the lineup last night for the White Sox. He was hit in the eye a couple of days ago. Missed the cutoff man and got him right in the eye, and missed a couple games with a black eye and still got a black eye, but able to play now. Game 2 in a row for him since coming back as he takes ball 1. One for 2 this season in this category, 7 for 21 in his career. Breaking ball for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Good sharp breaking ball that time from Aceves, probably the sharpest one so far tonight. 1 ball, no strike count. Drops the curveball on Beckham.
Into left field, a base hit. From third base comes Konerko. He'll score the game's first run, and the White Sox take a 1-0 lead. So a couple of walks in the inning, costly for Aceves, and Gordon Beckham makes him pay with a base hit to left. Konerko scores, and Chicago leads it 1-0.
Yeah, Beckham jumps on the fastball right here from Aceves. It stays inside, and Beckham takes it quickly by Youkilis at third base for the base hit. 1 base at a time for the White Sox as they pick up their first run of the ball game.
So bases reloaded, 1 out in the inning. Brent Morel coming up. And Veritek's going back out again to talk to Aceves. Aceves has not given up more than a run in any of his starts. First one was against the Chicago Cubs, who went 5 innings, 1 run. Second one was a victory against the Tigers, 6 innings, 1 run. He's given up a run here so far and trying to get out of this inning without any other damage. Ground ball left side. Lowry will kick it. Run will score and everybody will be safe. I think he was going to catch it with his glove, and it glanced off the glove, and then he literally kicked it.
Yeah, I think his intention was to catch that ball and go to third base to get the force out there. Unlikely they would get a play at second base, but then it bounced right out of the glove of Lowry. He kicks it, and another run comes in.
Kurt Young out to talk to Aceves here in the second inning. In a 1-2-3 first, but trouble here in the second. Fielder's choice RBI and an error charged to Jed Lowry. So bases reloaded, 2 runs in, 1 out. There is Juan Pierre. Hits one back to Aceves. He'll come home for 1, and that's all they're going to get. Veritek at the plate, able to get done for the second out of the inning.
Because of the speed of Juan Pierre, no chance to get a 1-2-3 double play. But they do get the out at home plate as this ball is tapped right back to Aceves. No panic, no rush. Just get the ball to Veritek and get the force out.
So 2 down in the inning now, and Alexei Ramirez coming up. Ramirez popped out to Dustin Pedroia at second base in the first inning. Ball one. Let's say Ramirez, 29 years old. 4th year with the White Sox. Chops it foul outside of third, and it's 1-1. He's 3 for 5 this year with the bases loaded, hitting at .390 in his career. He's got 5 grand slams. Beckham at third, Morel at second, Pierre at first. And it's strike 2, 1-2.
That was a great way to get all 3 base runners in their trips. Instead of going man to man to man, you just get them all in there in the triple box.
Trip screen. Up the middle and into center field. From third, Beckham scores. Here comes Morel. 2 runs in now for the White Sox, and they lead it 4-0. Big 2-out, 2-run single for Alexei Ramirez. And the White Sox hitting the baseball pretty good last night, are doing it again tonight. They lead it 4-0.
Yeah, you saw the success that Ramirez has had with the bases loaded. Well, that continues. One big high bounce over the head of Aceves. Tries to knock it down with the glove. Can't do so, and it gets into center field, and 2 runs come across. So the Red Sox playing from behind early again tonight.
Ninth man to bat here for the White Sox in the second inning is Carlos Quentin, grounded out to first in the first. Aceves had a 1-2-3 first inning on a strikeout, a pop out, and a ground out on just 7 pitches. Much different second inning, facing the 9th batter of the inning for Chicago. And a fly ball to right. This should do it. Drew coming in. And JD will put it away to end the inning, but the damage done. White Sox able to score 4 times in the top of the second, lead at 4-0. The official bank of the Red Sox television network. Commitment, compassion, and love of the game. Find out what we're made of at easternbank.com. Well, the White Sox putting up a 4 spot on the board in the top half of the second inning. We head to the last of the second now, and Red Sox having to go to work again here, playing from behind. Youkilis checks in, hitting at .268, homers and 34 runs batted in. Then we'll see David Ortiz and Carl Crawford in the inning. Youkilis 1 for 4 in last night's first game of the series as he takes strike one. Phil Umber had a 1-2-3 first. Breaking ball in there for strike two. 0-2.
Fastball followed by the curveball from Umber, and very quickly ahead of Youkilis.
Curveball hit on the ground right side. Beckham ranges way over. Sidearm throw is in time. Nice rangy play from Gordon Beckham at second base. One down.
He was shading Kevin Youkilis up the middle. Had a long way to go to his left to make that play on Youkilis. You can see where he's playing, almost behind the second base bag. Look how much room he's got to cover to get to that ground ball. Nice backhanded pick by Konerko at first base.
One out here in the second inning, and here's David Ortiz. 306, 11 home runs, 24 runs batted in for Big Papi. And after that first pitch and fouling it back.
We got two guys in the outfield against Ortiz now, Beckham and Alexi Ramirez.
I do not remember a shortstop being that far out.
That is very deep.
Ortiz going the other way, but foul, and it's 0-2. Third baseman Brent Morrell is almost on the outfield grass too. He's just come in astride at shortstop. He's right on the edge. Curveball and a tough swing there for David Ortiz. He's not expecting that. It's strikeout number 2 for Umber.
Now that was a little bit like a half-hearted swing there by Ortiz. You're right, probably not expecting the curveball. And it's the curveball on the outside part of the plate. Too close to take.
Two down in the second inning for Carl Crawford. He takes strike one. Phil Umber is throwing some strikes coming in here tonight. He's thrown 20 total pitches, 16 of them for strikes. Retired the first 5 that he's faced and misses away 1-1. So first pitch strikes to all 6 batters he's faced tonight. Back at it again. And it's a ground ball foul. American League Player of the Week, Carl Crawford at 423 during the 7 games. That's one on the ground at Ramirez around the bag at second. It fires to first, and Umber has got it going on here. Through 2, it is 4-0 White Sox. Top half of the third inning. Back at Fenway Park. White Sox on top 4-0. Alfredo Aceves trying to calm things down here in the third inning after a rough second. Gave up 4 runs in the second inning, facing 9 batters. Konerko hits this one down the line. It's a fair ball and headed towards the left field corner. Konerko's headed towards second base. Crawford digs it out, but not before Konerko stands at second. Leadoff double to begin things here in the third inning.
Well, Konerko now with a 4-game hitting streak. As you see, his 8th double of the season. He takes an inside fastball and hits that topspin ground ball down past the dive of Kevin Youkilis. Rolls all the way to the 310. And Konerko at second base with nobody out.
So Konerko at second base. Here's A.J. Pierzynski, who singled last inning. There is strike one to Pierzynski. Turns on this out ahead and sends it foul. Into the luxury boxes down the right field line, and it's 0-2 to Pierzynski. The happy Dice Cave fans got a souvenir. Breaking ball hit in the air to right. This is trouble down towards the corner. It'll land and jump up into the seats for a ground rule double. And will actually plate Konerko to put the White Sox on top 5-0. Ground rule double for A.J. Pierzynski, and it is 5-0 Chicago.
Well, Aceves got ahead quickly of Pierzynski, and then Pierzynski gets a breaking ball from Aceves. And one hops it into that right field corner. See Veritek set up inside. The breaking ball does stay inside. It's down in the zone, but Pierzynski keeps it in fair territory right down that right field line. So Aceves to this point has been no mystery to the White Sox.
Scott Atchison is quickly up in the pen. Just got the call from Kurt Young, and he's going to work. Another quick run added here by the White Sox. There's Alex Rios lined out to right field in the second inning. Nice running catch by J.D. Drew. Down and away, ball 1. In the air to left center. Ellsbury coming over. And Jacoby will make the catch out there for the first out of the inning. No advance for Pierzynski. Here's Heidi Watney with a special guest.
Well, Don, I'm joined by John Grady, president of the 99 Restaurants, and you guys have a special promotion going on. Tell us about it.
Well, yes, we do. We just started a new menu. It's a 9 crave-worthy classics for $9.99. We're featuring a top rolling steak, a panko custard cod, and balsamic chicken, and we also brought back our famous colossal lobster rolls for the summer as well.
That sounds delicious. Next time you need to bring food when you come to do this interview. As Don knows, we like to eat on the show. But you guys also have a Kids Eat Free promotion. Can you tell me about that?
That's right. This is our 3rd year doing that with the Red Sox. Our great business partners. But when the Red Sox win, kids eat free. And, of course, they've been doing a lot of eating free lately.
Yeah, they certainly have. It's been great for the Red Sox. You have a special promotion going on here at Fenway tonight. Can you tell us about some of the people here?
Sure. We have about 200 people here tonight between guests and members of the Boys and Girls Club. We're honoring our partnership with the Boys and Girls Club and the Pine Street Inn. We presented checks before the game to both Pine Street Inn, to Lindy Downey and Alicia Ianeri, and we presented a check for $85,000, and to the Boys and Girls Club a check for $153,000 to Cindy McCourt and Tom Chincheri.
That's great. Wonderful. Thank you so much, John Grady. Back to you guys, Don.
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. Not only good food, but a very charitable organization as always. Great to see them, and yes, we do like free food. That's always something we that is available up here. And earlier today, the Czech presentation on the field for the Boys and Girls Clubs. Brad Schiff there as well. 99 Restaurant. 1-1. It's up and away, and it's 2-1. Outfield set up straight away on Adam Dunn, who walked in the second inning. Up and away, ball 3, 3-1. Not the start that Terry Francona wanted tonight, and not the start that we have seen in the past from Alfredo Aceves. Dunn fouls it back, and it's a full count. Gives up 4 runs in the second. So far, a run in the third. And Dunn trying to add to it. And Brzezinski at second base, and Gordon Beckham waiting on deck. Dunn gets jammed and pops it up. Left side of the infield. Euclid backpedaling to the outfield grass to make the catch. And scurrying to cover third because nobody was there. Veritek quickly down the line. And Pedroia coming all the way from second base too to cover third base because Brzezinski looked up and nobody was there initially.
Yeah, the Red Sox were in the shift, of course, with Adam Dunn at the plate, and that left third base wide open. So a very heads-up Dustin Pedroia and Jason Veritek both hustling to third base to make sure Brzezinski doesn't get there.
Play the Red Sox used to their advantage in Detroit when Kevin Euclid looked up after the shift standing at second base and saw nobody at third and scampered there successfully. 2 down in the third inning, and here's Gordon Beckham. I want to remind you to follow the Red Sox at MLB.com at bat11 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at bat to 31826 or visit redsox.com for details. 2 down in the third, and an 0-1 to Beckham. Reaches out and sends one out to right center field. Ellsbury on the run. He'll get back there and make the catch that ends the inning. The White Sox add a run. We're through 2.5. It's 5-0 Chicago. Great seats are available in various locations throughout the ballpark. Visit RedSox.com for tickets. Well, remember, the Red Sox always provide fans the opportunity to purchase tickets every game day at Gate E, day of game ticket window, which opens 90 minutes before every game. Come on down to the ticket window this week to get your tickets.
Tomorrow, an afternoon game here at Fenway Park. I understand there's still a couple of hundred seats available for that ball game, so got nothing to do? Come on out to the ballpark. Even if you got something to do, come out anyway.
You cancel it. You come here.
You cancel what you got to do and come enjoy a baseball game.
Jed Lowry hitting at .306 back in the lineup for the Red Sox. His left shoulder was bothering him a little bit after collision in shallow left field with Carl Crawford on Sunday in the day-night doubleheader against the Tigers. There's a 1-1. Skip in, ball 2. Phil Umber has retired the first 6 Red Sox he has faced in the game. 2 strikeouts and 4 groundouts. 2-1 is a little pop-up sending Ramirez to the outfield grass for out number 1. Send it down to Heidi.
Well, Don, we're seeing tonight why Ozzie Guillen didn't want to take Phil Umber out of the rotation when Jake Peavy came off the DL. See, Umber was the number 5 starter before this, but Ozzie Guillen said he really deserved to stay in the rotation because he'd been having so much success this season. Guillen felt that his 3 starts just before Peavy came back, Umber went at least 7 innings while giving up just 3 hits or less, and that is the reason the White Sox have a 6-man rotation, at least for now. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. Are they broken, or are those the kind that like the CSI ME had? Remember that one?
Yeah, I don't know.
Back up the middle, Ramirez with a nice play, off balance, good rangy play, and he was able to get J.D. Drew. And there's 2 down. Maybe they're just broken because he's not really using them in writing.
I kind of like the look, though, because if you got to look out to the side, you can read out the side, too. So
yes,
it's not a bad look at all for Ozzie.
No.
He looks out the side a lot, too. He does a lot of looking in the stands. So he can see long distance. He can see close up.
Do you know the ones I'm talking about, the CSI?
Yeah,
I don't know his name. He was the medical examiner. I think it was CSI Miami that had him. He'd always pull them apart and then put them back together again.
Exactly. Yeah, I know what you're talking about,
yes. But I don't think that's the case. I think those are broken. This is to deep right for Varitek. Quinton going back at the wall. It's into the bullpen. The captain has taken one out of the yard. Red Sox are on the board.
Now Jason Varitek picks up his 2nd home run of the season, runs a hitting streak now to 8 straight games. Gets the fastball from Umber and hooks it out into the bullpen area of the Chicago White Sox.
So first hit of the game for the Red Sox, and here's Jacoby Ellsbury, and grounds it off himself painfully.
One more look at the home run from Jason Varitek into the twilight.
Hess and Hess Express are proud sponsors to the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson during the 2011 Red Sox season. Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Red Sox Foundation for every Red Sox home run. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Two down in the 3rd inning. Home run for Varitek, and now Jacoby Ellsbury fouling a pitch off himself. Appears to be okay as he climbs back in, down 0-1. There's strike 2.
Well, the Red Sox 2nd time through the lineup now should have a better idea of what Umber throws. Remember, nobody in this lineup has faced him before tonight.
Breaking ball missing away. He retired the first 8 members of the Red Sox he faced tonight, prior to the home run by Jason Varitek. Swing and a miss. He strikes out Ellsbury and ends the inning. Jason Varitek gets the Red Sox on the board. It's 5-1 Chicago at the end of 3. Welcome back to Fenway Park as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Alfredo Aceves back on the mound. President and CEO of the Boston Red Sox, Larry Lucchino, joins us. Great to see you, Larry.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice to be here. We have an announcement we wanted to make, so thanks for allowing us to interrupt.
This is right back at Aceves and into center field.
Yeah, the announcement, Don, is that on Saturday, June 4th, we are going to move the game that is scheduled for Saturday evening in direct conflict with the Bruins game, and we're going to move it and make it an afternoon game and start the game at 1:10 on Saturday afternoon. It's not unprecedented. We did it in 08 and in 2010 when the Celtics were in the finals. Now we want to show some courtesy to our Boston area sports fans and allow them to both attend our game in the afternoon and watch the Bruins game in the evening.
Well, it is certainly a great event for Bruins fans, and you have that conflict situation coming up. This would be great for the fans to be able to see the Red Sox during the day and then see Game 2 of the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, it's a multi-sport doubleheader of sorts, and I said we've done it before, but we did go out and consult with our fans via social media using Twitter and Facebook, and an overwhelming number of our fans urged us to consider this. I would say the numbers were about 90% in favor of making the adjustment. So it's not something we do lightly, because we know we will still be inconveniencing some fans. We hope to be able to accommodate them in some special way down the road if the conflict is very severe for them on Saturday night.
Well, I guess this is a good problem to have if all the teams in town are doing well.
Yeah, it's we were just talking earlier with the mayor about Mayor Menino about the success of the Boston area sports teams. He jokingly referred to the leadership at City Hall as being responsible.
That sounds like the mayor.
Well, Larry, I think one of the misconceptions over the years, you've had this incredible streak for a lot of years here, is this bunt is dropped down by Pierre. He can fly, but Youkilis in a nice play to first. Runner does advance, but there is one down. Nice play by Uke. But over the years, this great, incredible streak that started here in May, of course, of 2003, I think the misconception is that there are no tickets available, and that is not the case. There are some seats available.
Yes, we do save some tickets for every game, and I know I heard you guys talking about it tomorrow's game. for example. There are some tickets still available for a rare midweek matinee game, and so there are some tickets that will be available, as there are every game, and then there are a few extra because this is, as I said, an unusual day game during the middle of the week. So they're not necessarily the best seats in the house, but they are in the house, and they promise a fun time on a nice spring summer day.
And this year, of course, the day of game ticket window is what you're talking about for fans who can get here 90 minutes before the game. I don't think a lot of people know that. They can come here the day of the game and perhaps get tickets. Got to wait in line, but you got a shot.
Yeah, we've been dealing with this for a while. The fact that we try to save some tickets for the day of game, because there are some people who just are going to decide at the last minute, and that's okay. I can understand that. So we try to have several hundred tickets available on the day of game. And for some games, like the one tomorrow afternoon, we have an unusually, a higher number. But I think we're going to, given the good weather and the excitement that's all following the team and all of Boston sports these days, I think we're going to have good luck in moving all of those.
1-0 pitch is shot foul, 1-1. What are your impressions of the team so far? I know it was a slow start, but boy, they've made some great headway here in May.
Yeah, it's a team that was built to have balance, a lot of different dimensions, to have some offensive power, to have some pitching depth in the rotation, to have a stronger bullpen, to have some speed, and you've got to have balance. You've got to have all those characteristics to win, and it seems to me that it's coming forth now as we just turned the traditional Memorial Day mark in baseball, a milestone for baseball fans, to be sure. And it was pleasant to get out of the doldrums that we were in, and by Memorial Day be in a tie. Actually, we were in first place on Memorial Day itself, and then fell out of it by a percentage point or two at the end of the day.
I don't think we've had a chance to talk to you since the beginning of the season, but congratulations on the new scoreboards. They've really done a nice job. They're beautiful.
Thank you. We think they are great. They were sort of the finishing touch on the 10-year improvement project that we've been engaged in for Fenway Park. And my gracious,
this is into center field for Alexei Ramirez. Around from second comes Morel. The throw is cut off. Run will score as they get Ramirez in a rundown, and Gonzalez will tag him out. But a run does come in for the White Sox, and they take the 6-1 lead. Sorry to interrupt you, Larry.
No, I was talking about our great balance as we fall behind 6-1. But it is early. It is early. We still play 9.
But as far as the renovations go, we've said it many times, it looks like they've always been here. I mean, you guys have done so many, but it really has not taken away from anybody's experience. It made it better.
Well, thank you. We made the commitment when we first got here 10 years ago. It's hard to believe that it's been 10 years already. But the commitment to preserve Fenway Park, and I think it's been a point of real pride for all of us here in the organization. John Henry, Tom Warner, our entire ownership group feels an enormous sense of satisfaction that we've been able to do it as well as we have. And the boards, I think, are a good illustration. They are new, state of the art, but they're also small enough to fit into this ballpark. They look good. We've divided up the information on a couple of different boards, and it feels like even they have been around for a while.
Speaking of being around a while, next year is a huge year for Fenway Park. Tell us a little bit about what some of the plans may be moving forward for next year, an exciting time.
Well, it's going to be a big year, to be sure, the 100th anniversary of Fenway Park. And we debated internally whether we should, how big a deal we should make of it. And there really wasn't a long debate. Almost everyone felt that this was such an important occasion that we should really celebrate it with a variety of different things.
We look forward to that, and we hope fans will come out tomorrow. Information about getting tickets tomorrow. Larry, thanks for coming up.
Great, but don't forget Saturday's game, Saturday night, will not be played. It will be played Saturday afternoon at 1:35. So thank you very much, fans, for your flexibility, and go Bruins.
All right, White Sox on top 6-1 after we played 3.5. White Sox on top. They had a run in the top half of the inning as Dustin Pedroia stands in. Dustin grounded out to second base in the first inning. This is in the air to left field. Sounded like it was towards the end of the bat and over his Pierre to make the catch on the base of the track. Had a strange sound coming off the bat. One down.
Yeah, it did. It sounded like it hit toward the end of the bat for Dustin Pedroia. And falling short of that left field wall. There's the breaking ball. Yeah, toward the end of the bat. That's why that weird sound on contact.
One out for Adrian Gonzalez. The swing and a miss. Strike one from Umber. He's got one mistake. It was to Jason Varitek. Hit home run. He's retired everybody else. He's got one out in the fourth inning and in the groove right now, throwing a lot of strikes. He's thrown 37 pitches, 27 for strikes. The pitch to Varitek was a strike, but it ended up in the bullpen. One. Is inside 2-1. Adrian struck out swinging in the first inning. Now sends one down into left field. Towards the corner over the plate is Pierre quickly. Gonzalez headed for second base. Throw is going to be not in time. Adrian Gonzalez with a one-out double. Second Boston hit of the night.
Another example of Adrian Gonzalez using the whole ballpark, this time on the ground down the third baseline. Gets that fastball away from Umber and takes it right down to the corner. Adrian slid so hard at second base, he almost slid right by the bag. Pierre chasing him down. He gets it back in. Here's Gonzalez's slide almost up over the bag, but able to reach back and touch it. The ball got away from the second baseman.
Safe at second. Safe and secure. New York Life. One out runner at second base. Youkilis will pop it up. Right side of the infield. Gordon Beckham at second base. Makes the catch, and there's two down in the inning. Youkilis 0 for 2. I'll remind you to join us tomorrow at 12:30 for Red Sox first pitch, driven by New England Acura dealers, TC, Peter, and Heidi. We'll preview Tim Wakefield starting tomorrow's series finale against the White Sox. And the Boston Globe's Nick Cafardo will have the latest news and notes from around the majors. That and much more tomorrow at 12:30, only on NESN. So two outs. Adrian Gonzalez at second base and David Ortiz coming up. David struck out swinging in the second inning. 3 strikeouts for Phil Umber. It is strike one, 1-1. A one-out double by Adrian Gonzalez. Youkilis cannot advance him as he pops out. There's two down here in the fourth. And a breaking ball, and Ortiz swings through it 1-2.
That's very similar to a pitch that David struck out on back in the second inning. Curveball away.
Ball 2, 2-2. Jason Varitek has provided the Red Sox only run of the night, his home run in the third. The first pitch he saw from Phil Lumber. Now Ortiz grounds one softly, shifts on, so it's Ramirez, the shortstop, who throws out Ortiz and ends the fourth inning. We played 4 for Fenway, 6-1 White Sox. Of select Habitat for Humanity affiliates in eastern Massachusetts. 6-1, White Sox on top of the Red Sox, top half of the fifth inning. And leading it off is Paul Konerko. Fredo Aceves still out there. Had a tough second inning. He's given up a run in every inning but the first, and Konerko skies one to center field. Ellsbury didn't see it. Now he does. And ducks back to make the catch. Kind of a twilight time of the night. Ellsbury lost it initially. One down here in the fifth.
Yeah, very seldom when you lose it initially do you pick it up, but fortunately for Jacoby, that time he did get a second chance at it and was able to make the catch.
Pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket for Alfredo Aceves. 4 1/3, 7 hits, 6 runs. 4 of them are earned. 2 walks, 1 K. There was an error in the second inning, mixed in, charged to Jed Lowry, part of a 4-run second. As the pitch misses outside to A.J. Pierzynski. You may or may not have heard Larry Lucchino an inning ago. The Red Sox have announced the start time of Saturday's game, June 4th, against the Oakland A's at Fenway, has been moved. If you do have tickets to the 7:10 game that was scheduled, that game will now be played at 1:10 here at Fenway Park. The game will start earlier, so fans may enjoy both Red Sox Athletics game and game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals between the Bruins and the Vancouver Canucks. Start time of Saturday night's NHL game is at 8, but the Red Sox will play the A's here at 1:10 on Saturday. That's in there for a strike, and it's 3-1.
And the other bit of news, too, if you want to come to the ball game tomorrow, still a few hundred seats available for that ball game tomorrow afternoon. So good matchup, Red Sox, White Sox.
I heard Larry say a couple hundred tickets available for tomorrow. There's a 3-1 pitch to Pierzynski. And it's ball 4. He heads down to first base. Third walk given up by Alfredo Aceves. Well, speaking of tomorrow, it's time now to look at the road ahead Brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Tomorrow in the series finale will be Tim Wakefield taking the mound, looking to accomplish something only one pitcher in Red Sox history has done: defeat both Chicago teams in the same season. Wakefield was the pitcher to pull off the feat back in 2005. Defeated the Cubs back on May 22nd of this season, going 6 2/3, allowing just one run. NESN's live coverage gets underway at 12:30 with Red Sox first pitch. And Wakefield, who has been in the rotation with the absence of Lackey and Matsuzaka. Another chance here to start tomorrow. Tough night so far for Alfredo Aceves, who is also filling in. 1-0 is in there for strike 1-1.
John Lackey is making a rehab appearance tonight down at Pawtucket. Is Scott Atchison up for the second time tonight for the Red Sox?
One ball, one strike to Alex Rios. One out with A.J. Pierzynski at first base. Rios is line to right and flight out to center, 0 for 2. On the ground towards second, could be 2. On to first, it is 2. And it ends the 5th inning. Halfway through this one, it is 6-1 Chicago. The game. These are just some of the things Eastern Bank is made of. Find out what we're made of at easternbank.com. Six to 1, the White Sox on top of the Red Sox. And again, as we mentioned last inning, I want to remind you that a new start time on Saturday. Game has been moved from 7:10 p.m. to 1:10 p.m. Our broadcast will begin at 1. The game will start at 1:10. And the Red Sox and Oakland A's game moved, of course, because of Game 2 of the NHL Stanley Cups and a chance for the fans to enjoy both. It is the last of the 5th inning at Fenway. And it's 6 to 1. The White Sox on top of the Red Sox. A 5-run lead for Chicago as Carl Crawford leads it off. Then Jed Lowry and J.D. Drew to bat in the 5th. And Phil Umber has been very good through the first 4 innings. Tap foul, 0-2.
Now, the one thing that impressed you coming into the game was his opponent's batting average against under 200. Red Sox only with the 2 hits in the ball game tonight to this point.
Rolled over foul, and Crawford remains alive, 0-2.
Likes to keep that curveball away from left-handers, doesn't he?
Yes.
A couple of times to David Ortiz, that time to Carl Crawford. '50th pitch for Umber, and it is grounded foul.
Crawford grounded out to Gordon Beckham at second base in the second inning. Crawford protecting the plate, fouling it off back into the seats. Jed Lowry on deck. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. Crawford lines it foul. It's time now for tonight's AT&T trivia question. Which four members of the 2006 World Series champion White Sox also played for the Red Sox? 0-2 is softly lined into left field. Pierre over to grab it, quickly get it back in. Carl Crawford's got a base hit to begin the bottom of the fifth inning.
Now Crawford going inside out with the swing and getting that line drive up over the head of Alexi Ramirez. They wanted that fastball up and away. Instead it stayed down and out over the plate, and the line drive by Crawford. Nice effort by the Chicago shortstop.
Runner goes in Crawford, but a fly ball to center field.
Oh, I don't think he retagged second base.
Rios has it, throws it back in. We'll find out because Ramirez is standing on it, and he didn't. You're right. 2 down.
He did not retag second base. He went into the slide. He got up from the slide, and he just came back to first base. That's the correct call by the second base umpire.
Comes a sheet of the crew chief and Terry Francona out to talk to the umpire, like Easterbrook, who made the call.
Watch Carl slide in, pop up, come off the bag, and then right there, come back to first base without retagging second base.
So even though he touched the side, he's going to touch the front? Is that what you're saying?
No, he has just to go back and retag it. I don't think he did after the catch. I think that all happened previous to the catch. Pops up. He does tag it again with his foot right there, but you can see, I think after the catch was made, he did not retag, and that's the reason they call the double play.
So 2 down in the inning. And J.D. Drew coming up. Drew grounded out in the third inning to the shortstop, Alexei Ramirez. Now chops one on a couple of hops softly to Beckham at second base, and gone to the Red Sox in the fifth. We played 5, 6-1 Chicago.
At MGM Grand Theater in MGM Grand at Foxwoods. Get your tickets now.
6-1, White Sox on top of the Red Sox as we head to the top of the 6th inning back at Fenway Park. Alfredo Aceves is back out on the mound for the 6th inning. He's given up 6 runs through the first 5 innings. And thrown 72 pitches through the first 5. Adam Dunn leading it off here in the 6th. Dunn walked in the 2nd inning, popped out in the 3rd. Taking inventory on the bat. Sounded like something broke. Can't find it.
Well, something didn't sound right to Adam Dunn. He's still searching. Sounded okay to me, but not to Adam Dunn.
Ball and a strike to Dunn. Dunn is 31 years old. Broke into the big leagues with Cincinnati. Remember the Reds from 2001 through part of 2008. Briefly in Arizona, then in Washington for 2, and that may have hit him. He's headed down to first base. So hit batsman to begin the 6th inning.
The fastball against Dunn right off the foot. And he will make his way down to first base, and that'll get some action again in the Red Sox bullpen.
5th batter Aceves has hit on the season. Atchison, who is up in the 2nd inning, is back up again. Gordon Beckham, the batter. And he fouls it off to the right for strike 1. Beckham has singled and flied out to center field. His single in the 2nd. Knocked in the first run of the night for the White Sox, who scored 4 times in the 2nd inning. It had a run in the 3rd, a run in the 4th. They have a 6-1 lead as they bat here in the 6th inning. Beckham sends it foul down the right field line, out of play. Gordon Beckham still just 24 years old. And now in his 3rd season with the White Sox, first-round draft choice by the White Sox in 08. Flares went out to right field. It'll fall in for a hit. Dunn will take 2nd, and the first 2 White Sox have reached here in the 6th inning. A hit batter and a base hit. 2nd hit for Gordon Beckham. And Terry Francona getting confirmation that Atchison is ready as he makes his way out to the mound. 6-1, White Sox have the lead. And Aceves is coming out of this game. Sox did. Turn to Frank Webb's Bass Centers, the showrooms of FWM. Find a showroom near you at frankwebb.com. 6-1, White Sox on top of the Red Sox. Fredo Aceves is done after 5+ innings, responsible for the 2 men on. As this call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. Scott Atchison into the game. He'd been warming up a couple of different times starting in the 2nd inning. And he's in the game now in the 6th. His 6th appearance, no record, 4.35 earned run average. Ready to work to Brent Morrell. This one pops off a Veritex glove and everybody will move up. Now Dunn to 3rd, Beckham to 2nd on a wild pitch.
High fastball this time from Atchison. The glove gets up for Veritek, but it's right off the thumb of the glove. And goes back to the backstop, so 2 more men in scoring position.
Should be a pass ball. And they have changed it to a pass ball. Infield in now, 2nd and 3rd, and a pitch in for a strike. Morrell is 2 for 2, actually 1 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. And singled in the 4th. Now a swing and a miss. Ground ball to first base. Gonzalez, a little stutter, but he'll take it to the bag for the out. Ground number 1 of the 6th inning. Let's check in with Heidi.
Don John Lackey just finished up his rehab start at Pawtucket. He went 5 2/3 innings, giving up 1 run on 3 hits with no walks and 4 strikeouts. The run scored on a solo home run. Lackey threw 63 pitches in the outing. He is scheduled to start for the Red Sox on Sunday. The Paw Sox are tied at 3 in the 6th inning against Norfolk right now. Darnell McDonald is also making a rehab start at Pawtucket tonight. He's 0 for 3 with an RBI so far. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. Forward to seeing John Lackey back off the DL on Sunday. Oakland A's will be here. Certainly a team that he has had success against in the past. Juan Pierre checking in with runners at 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. It's done at 3rd. Beckham at 2nd. The infield still in for the Red Sox with 1 out in the inning. And Pierre chops it foul. Well, tomorrow afternoon, following Red Sox first pitch, join us for Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by Uno's with TC, Peter, and Heidi at 1. Tim Wakefield looks for his 3rd straight win. Red Sox look to wrap up their 3-game series with the White Sox. Plus, Boston Globe's Michael Vega will have the latest news and notes. The Red Sox clubhouse. Our coverage begins tomorrow at 12:30, and it's only on NESN. Up high, 1-2 to Juan Pierre. Atchison allowed a run in the 8th inning Sunday night at Detroit. This is chopped over the head of Gonzalez and into right. Dunn will score. Here comes Beckham. He's in too. And the White Sox take an 8-1 lead. Infield in, and Pierre just chops it over the head of Adrian Gonzalez. And the White Sox lead at 8-1.
Yeah, absolutely nothing Gonzalez could do about that. Just a big high bounce over his head, and with the infield pulled in the way it was, 2 more runs come across. Look at that hop. Right up over the head of Gonzalez, and 2-run score.
So 1 out, Pierre at first base. And Alexei Ramirez 1 for 3 in the game. And a ground ball right side into right field, a base hit. Pierre takes 2nd on the single by Ramirez. More hits for the White Sox. They're a frustrated group coming in, having lost 3 straight. Frustrating season, but having a good series against the Red Sox. They brought their bats with them.
And Ramirez having a very good night. 3 hits in the ball game already. 3 for 4 with 3 runs batted in.
So 2 on, 1 away.
You might see those glasses for a while if things keep up this way.
I think they connect, Jerry. I think they are the magnet type.
Yeah, they're the CSI glasses.
Yes. Oh, he had them on. They are. Yeah, they pulls them apart. Oh, that's cool. In the air to left. Crawford going back. It struck well, and it's going to grab some wall. Pierre coming around from second base. He'll score easily. The 9th White Sox run of the night. It's an RBI double for Carlos Quentin. And it's 9-1 White Sox.
Well, you mentioned it, Don. The White Sox, a struggling ball club coming into Fenway Park. The Red Sox, a very hot club coming off the road. But so far in this series, it's been all Chicago. A cut fastball that time to Quentin that he'll put off the scoreboard. Played out there by Kyle Crawford, but another run home.
So second and third, one out, and Paul Konerko coming up. He has walked, doubled, and flied out to center field. He scored 2 runs. Two of the 3 runs that have scored this inning are charged to Aceves. So the book now closed on Aceves. 5+ innings, gives up 8 hits and 8 runs. 6 of the 8 are earned. Walked 3 and struck out 1. The entire season, Aceves had given up 8 runs. Gives up 8 tonight. And obviously his worst start of the 3 we have seen so far. The 1-1 is in the air to right. Drew on the move. Will go back now to make the running catch. Tagging at third is Ramirez. He'll score. Tagging at second is Quentin. He'll take third. And the White Sox will take a 10-1 lead.
And with that fly ball to the outfield, Konerko picks up his 41st RBI of the season. Konerko in 3rd place in the American League in runs batted in. Adrian Gonzalez leading. Adrian Beltre 2nd. And then Paul Konerko 3rd.
Why would you have the magnet glasses? What is the purpose? Having them separate?
Probably so you don't always have to take them off. You just undo them, you know. It's kind of it's a pain in the neck, like, you know.
Yes.
You just have to take them on and off all the time.
So just take them apart. 1-0 is in there for a strike, 1-1. Terry's don't come apart.
You'd probably like to crush him right about now.
The 1-1 is sent foul down the left field line, out of play. Aceves giving up 8 runs. Atchison has given up 2 of his own and 2 inherited runners. It's going to be Atchison's game for a while. Nobody warming in the pen, and the White Sox on top by 9. Inside 2-2. Kosinski, the 8th member of the White Sox to bat here in the 6th inning. To right field, J.D. Drew is out there in right, and he puts it away to end the inning. But White Sox tag on 4 more and lead it 10-1. Financial to have complete coverage of the Bruins' quest for the Stanley Cup. Nowco and Brick will have the latest from Vancouver as the Bruins gear up for Game 1 tomorrow night against the Canucks. All this and much more on NESN Daily tonight following Red Sox coverage only on NESN. Things have not gone well here tonight at Fenway Park. White Sox on top 10-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Long wait for Phil Umber to get back on the mound. His White Sox tag on 4 additional runs in the top half of the 6th inning, and now it's on to the bottom of the 6th where Jason Varitek will lead it off. 57 pitches as he faces his first hitter of the 6th inning. Strike one to Varitek, who swung at the first pitch the first time and took him out of the yard. Second home run of the year for Varitek. Breaking ball slips away, and it's 1-1. 8-game hitting streak down for Varitek, 346 during the streak. On the ground up the middle, and by the dive of Beckham into right center. Jason Varitek with his second hit of the game.
Well, the home run came on a fastball. The base hit to Varitek comes on a curveball. Just to the right of the diving Gordon Beckham at second base. So Varitek 2 for 2 out of that 9-hole tonight in the Red Sox lineup.
Lead runner on in Varitek, Jacoby Ellsbury, 0 for 2. He was struck out and grounded out. Takes a look at ball one. And for Varitek, 4th hit of the night for the Red Sox, who had been kept pretty quiet by Phil Umber. In there for strike 2 and 1. Again, we want to remind you that Saturday's game that was originally scheduled for 7 at Fenway Park has been moved to 1:10 start time. Our coverage beginning at 1 o'clock. Red Sox and A's to accommodate Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Chance for Boston fans to see both. This guy will be happy about that. And now watch both. Ellsbury protects the plate, fouls it off, 2-2. Arbor Coat exterior stain by Benjamin Moore, revolutionary waterborne stain that outperforms the best oil-based stains on the market. Find Arbor Coat at your local Benjamin Moore retailer. Jason Varitek at first base, nobody out, bottom of the 6th inning. And a 2-2 to Jacoby Ellsbury. On the ground is short, could be 2. On to first, it is 2. So 2 down here in the 6th inning, and it's time now to check out the answer to our trivia question. Which 4 members of the 2006 World Series champion White Sox also played for the Red Sox? Carl Everett, Willie Harris, Dustin Hermanson, and Bobby Jenks. Everett played in all 4 games and hit .444 in the series. Hermanson appeared in 1 game while Harris appeared in 2, and Bobby Jenks also appeared in all 4 games and had a save in 2 of those, including Game 4 when he was on the mound for the final out of the series. 1-0 is popped up foul back and out of play. Pedroia Grounded out in the first, flied out to left in the fourth, 0 for 2. And therefore, strike 2, 1 and 2. Missing for ball 2, 2 and 2. Has 3 strikeouts, no walks. He's given up only 1 run. Going away, 3 and 2. Adrian Gonzalez waits on deck. Red Sox trailing by 9 runs. Ball 4, Pedroia works the walk. There is the first walk given up by Umber. Let's check back in with Heidi.
Don, Ozzie Guillen and Bobby Jenks exchanged a few heated remarks through the media this offseason, and one of the things that Jenks said was that Guillen didn't know how to manage a bullpen very well. The bad blood is behind the two of them now, but it didn't stop the media from asking Guillen about it today.
What do you say? He might be right. You know, why not? Might be right. I never say I was a great manager. I never say I was handling my bullpen the best I could. But one thing I say, I give him the best shot ever to make the money and play in the big league. I'm the one give it to him. And when I give him to him, he grabbed it. And he did a tremendous job for us. And I'm very glad to stay in this game because I know Bobby more than a lot of people here.
10-1, White Sox on top. Back after this. Ten to 1, White Sox on top of the Red Sox. Top half of the 7th inning at Fenway. Alex Rios leads it off and takes ball 1. Scott Atchison back on the mound. His 2nd inning of relief came in for Aceves in the 6th inning. Rios pops it up. Some changes here in between innings, and Sutton into the game at second base makes the catch. The first out of the 7th inning. So he's at second. Pedroia's out of the game. New center fielder for the Red Sox is Josh Reddick, as he takes over for Jacoby Ellsbury. And a new left fielder for the Red Sox is Mike Cameron, as Carl Crawford is now out of the game. With the Red Sox down 10 to 1. Adam Dunn takes ball one. Dunn walked in the second inning, popped out in the third, hit by a pitch in the sixth. So the Red Sox regulars get the rest of the night off.
Well, day game tomorrow. Big lead here tonight. Get a chance to rest them at least for a few innings. Back at it tomorrow.
Flared foul down the third baseline. This will land harmlessly and jump up into the seats. This one tap foul, 2-2. Red Sox Nation, if you need medical care at Fenway Park, visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit them at bidmc.org. Two. Dunn grounds with the shift on. Euclid sprawling out, gets up and throws it. It's not going to be in time, and it glances off Gonzalez. So Dunn will reach. The bid by Euclid with the shift on. He was back as second, diving, and it's a base hit for Adam Dunn. It's time for a game break in. Tom Caron, TC. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. It is 10-1 here. White Sox on top of the Red Sox, one out in the seventh. And Beckham went around, according to Tim Tschida at first base. Two singles for Beckham. He scored 2 runs. Rolls it foul as Veritek quickly out, hoping it was in fair ground, but a foul ball. And it's 0-2. Two and two.
Yankees and Red Sox tied for first place because the Yankees out in Oakland to play a night game tonight. And you just saw that Tampa score from Tom Caron.
This one rattle foul outside of third, still 2-2. Freddie Garcia is scheduled to be on the mound against Brett Anderson out there. Two is in the air to right, playable for J.D. Drew. Pretty much where he was situated out there, and he handles out number 2. Well, immediately following the game, I want to remind you to stay with us for WB Mason Extra Innings Live at TC, Peter, and Heidi. Get a breakdown of Alfredo Aceves' outing, including his take on tonight's performance. Plus, he'll have the manager's perspective in the From the Press Room segment. It's all coming up right after the game on WB Mason Extra Innings Live. 2 down in the 7th for Brent Morel. Fly ball to right field. J.D. Drew moving back and over to make the catch to end the inning. Seventh inning stretch from Fenway. White Sox lead at 10-1. Let's check in with your Need to Know with Nesson Daily, presented by Sun Life Financial. Here's Jade McCarthy. White Sox on top of the Red Sox, bottom of the seventh inning. Let's see why Mazagian did not want to take Phil Humber out of this rotation. Brent Lillibridge has checked in right field. Defensive change as Carlos Quinton comes out of the game for the White Sox. Humber has been very good tonight. His 75th pitch. He's down and away, 1-1. Now to right center. Rios headed over to make the running catch at a good distance to go, but he makes a nice running grab for the first out of the inning.
Now the Amica Pitch Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Amica Insurance is not just how you covet, it's how you treated. And Humber with 3 strikeouts in the ball game tonight against Gonzalez on a changeup up and away. Big Poppy on a breaking ball outside part of the plate. And then Jacoby Ellsbury on a low curve ball.
Ortiz with a shift on right down the line. A fair ball. Kicks out to Lillibridge, and Big Poppy will hold with a single. His first hit of the night, first time he's been on base.
Well, there's no shift for that unless you're standing right on the first base line. A line shot by David Ortiz right down the first base line and by Paul Konerko in a hurry. Ball bounces out. It's played by Lillibridge, and Ortiz holds at first base.
Well, Terry Francona was saying before the game that the Red Sox had a good-sized lead. Might be a nice spot to get Bobby Jenks in, and they're down 10-1 in this situation. It's the other way around, but Jenks is up in the pen and may get him some work here tonight. Mike Cameron batting for the first time, took over defensively last inning in left field for Carl Crawford. Crawford 1 for 2 in the game tonight as Cameron takes ball 2. To center field. Rios was in right center, now cutting over to left center, and he handles out number 2. And running around out in center field tonight, but up to the task both times in the 7th inning. Well, the Red Sox recently announced the Yankees double play packs this season. Bring your family and friends to one of the greatest rivalries in sports when the New York Yankees visit Fenway Park this season. Pair that with a ticket for tomorrow against the White Sox. Seats are available in a variety of locations. Book your Yankees double play packs today at redsox.com/double play. 2 outs in the 7th. David Ortiz at first. And Jed Lowry takes strike 1. Lowry 0 for 2. He is popped out to short, flied out to center. To right field, and that'll get in. Ortiz going first to third. He'll get there on the base hit by Jed Lowry. They're at the corners with 2 down. First hit of the night for Jed Lowry.
Looked like a curveball that time that got inside on Jed Lowry, but he's able to get that ball out into right field on kind of a bloop. And Ortiz goes first to third, so the Red Sox with first and third and 2 outs.
Here comes Drew, 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out short, grounded out to second. Take strike 1. Down to the count, 0-2.
A changeup followed by a curveball to J.D. Drew.
He's at third, Lowry at first as Drew strikes out to end the 7th. Phil Humber, very impressive. 10-1, White Sox on top. Nesson is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, awarded highest customer satisfaction in retail banking in the New England region 2 years in a row by J.D. Power & Associates. Find out more of what we're made of at easternbank.com. 10-1, the White Sox on top of the Red Sox as we get ready for the top of the 8th inning. And the return, Bobby Jenks, fresh off the DL, activated for the game tonight. Michael Bowden sent back to Pawtucket, and Jenks appears in his 12th game, 1-2. 9.35 earned run average. Opponents hitting at .333 before he went on the DL. And Jenks made 2 rehab outings with the Pawtucket Red Sox, allowing 1 run over 2 innings on 2 hits. Last pitched on Sunday against Indianapolis, AAA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. His last outing with the Red Sox was back on May 1st in Seattle. So this is virtually the entire month of May. Here he is pitching on the 31st. And it's Juan Pierre who he will first face to begin things here in the 8th. And Pierre, it's a fly ball to center. Josh Reddick makes the catch for the first out of the 8th. Dunkin' Donuts and its local franchisees are committed to the communities where they live and work throughout the Red Sox season. Dunkin' Donuts is honoring organizations who are also working to help make our neighborhoods better places. Tonight they're honoring the Billerica Fire Department as the Dunkin' Donuts Community Champion. Despite the score, they're having a good time tonight. One down in the 8th. Alexei Ramirez takes strike 1. Ramirez singling in the 2nd, then again in the 6th. Driven in 2 runs. A 2 for 4 night. White Sox pen is busy. Chris Sale is up in the pen. Phil Humber outstanding through 7 innings tonight for the White Sox. It's really kept the Red Sox at bay. Just 1 run coming in the 3rd on the home run by Jason Varitek. Red Sox unable to do anything with Humber. This is down the line at first and a fair ball. Kicks off the boxes to Drew, and holding with a single. And his 3rd hit of the night is Alexei Ramirez.
Alexei Ramirez down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes, and shoots one to right field to pick up the base hit. Came into the game with a .278 average. That's going to rise quite a bit with this night he's had.
So 1 out, 1 on. Brent Lillibridge, batting for the first time, took over defensively in right. This is hit hard to left, deep far, and it is off the very top of the wall. And a very long single for Lillibridge. It was close to getting out of here as Ramirez takes 3rd base.
Yeah, that didn't miss by very much, right at the top of that left field wall. Lillibridge coming in for Carlos Quinton defensively and provides a little offense.
Wow,
that just missed.
So 1st and 3rd, 1 down. And Paul Konerko is coming up. Konerko doubled back in the 3rd inning. Scored 2 runs in the game and driven in a run. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. there for strike 2, and it's 0-2.
Jenks with back-to-back sliders to Konerko to quickly get ahead.
Veritek didn't know where it was right away. He knocked it down. It is a ball and no advance for Ramirez at third base. Lillibridge at first still. Bobby Jenks, most saves he had in the White Sox uniforms. 41 saves back in 2006. Had 40 saves the next year in 07. Last year, and what worked out to be his last year with Chicago, 27 saves. And 173 in 6 seasons with Chicago. This is back to Jenks. Nice pick. And he will flip to first base to end the inning as a double play wraps it up. And we head to the bottom of the 8th, 10-1 White Sox. Xfinity. Well, a big inning for the White Sox was the second. They scored 4 times. Ramirez singling to drive in 2 as the White Sox would get 4 in that second inning. Jason Veritek supplying the only run the Red Sox have had tonight, his second home run of the year in the 3rd inning. What a job tonight by Phil Umber, who goes the first 7 innings of this ball game so far, and Umber has given up just the 1 run. Ready to go to work. As this is a pop-up on the first pitch to Veritek of this inning. And it's Beckham who makes the catch for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out. I'll remind you, coming up after the game, it's Granite City Electric's Red Sox final with TC, Peter, and Heidi. The final word from Fenway to preview tomorrow's pitching matchup between Tim Wakefield and Gavin Floyd. Plus all the highlights from around the majors. It's coming up right after the game, only on NESN. 1 out in the 8th. And here's Josh Reddick, who took over in center field 2 innings ago for Jacoby Ellsbury. And bats for the first time. 4 for 8 since coming up to Boston. Ellsbury tonight had been 0 for 3. Double-barreled action. Sergio Santos and Will Ullman warming in the pen. Santos has been closing games. 2-1 pitch is in the air, struck well to deep left center. Rios going back. And this will be off the wall. Rios plays the carom as Reddick heads to second base. A double with one out in the eighth.
Well, Red Sox fans haven't had much to cheer about in this ball game tonight, but Reddick showing some opposite field power. Gets that fastball down the middle and takes it off the left field wall, left center field wall. Ends up on second base with the double.
One out runner at second. Drew Sutton batting for the first time. Took over at second base for Dustin Pedroia. And he hits one well to left. Pierre going back, and that's off the scoreboard. Down from second comes Reddick. And Sutton drives in the Red Sox second run. The guys coming off the bench finally getting to Umber.
Well, Sutton's done a nice job offensively since joining the Red Sox. This time that inside-out swing to the opposite field. He finds the left field wall, so back-to-back balls off the wall. And the Red Sox score their second run of the night.
There's Adrian Gonzalez, 1 for 3, doubled in the fourth inning. Fouled off 1-1. The league leaders are brought to you by Verizon 4G LTE. Extra base hits is the category. Carlos Quentin with 30 on top, along with Jose Bautista, Granderson, and then Adrian Gonzalez and Alex Gordon both have 28. Down and in and a swing and a miss, 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Gonzalez strikes out. It is the second out of the eighth. Fifth strikeout for Umber.
Second time he's got Gonzalez tonight. The first time it was on a changeup. This time the curveball for the strikeout. So Gonzalez 1 for 4 on the night.
Kevin Youkilis is 0 for 3 in the game and fouls it off at the plate. Youkilis to left. Pierre going back, and that's going to be off the wall. Pierre will get it back in quickly, but Youkilis, his first hit of the night, and there have been some hard hit balls off Umber finally here in the eighth.
It looks like it's going to bring Isaac in to make the change. 3 wall balls this inning by the Red Sox.
So the pitching change from Fenway Park. White Sox on top 10-2.
Depot, more saving, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot. And J.D. Drew back in the second inning making a nice sliding catch on the warning track to rob extra bases. Doing more on defense, the Home Depot.
So the Red Sox have made a little bit of noise here in the bottom of the 8th inning, as they have scored a run so far. First and third with 2 down. David Ortiz 1 for 3 tonight in the game, a single in the 7th. New pitcher is Will Oman into the game, his 18th appearance, 5.40 earned run average. And sitting at 288 against him, 4 walks to 14 Ks for the left-handed reliever. Ortiz takes ball 1-1-1. We've seen Will Oman previously with the Baltimore Orioles, where he appeared for part of a season last year. 51 games for the Orioles. Prior to that, pitching for the Dodgers, Braves, and Chicago Cubs. It's 1-1, misses ball 2. Humber still responsible for the runners at first and third, but so far 7 2/3, 2 runs. Ortiz to left. Pierre going back. This is struck well. He's looking up and it's gone. Into the monster seats. Opposite field. 3-run home run for Big Papi.
You gotta love what David Ortiz does here against the left-hander. Does not try to pull the ball. Gets a fastball that's up in the zone, a little bit away, and takes it deep to the opposite field for the home run. Number 12 on the season for Ortiz.
10th home run of the month. Well, Cameron takes ball 1. Like second at bat as he took over in left field for Carl Crawford, who was 1 for 2. Now Cameron to right, Willbridge coming in to make the catch on the line drive that ends the inning. But the Red Sox make some noise, score 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th, trail 10-5. Dunkin' Donuts, your New England Mazda dealers, Sylvania HD LCD TVs, and by Kia. Ninth inning back at Fenway Park, 10-5. White Sox on top of the Red Sox. And a new pitcher on for the Red Sox, fourth pitcher of the night. Dan Wheeler comes into the game for Boston. His 15th appearance of the year, no record, 8.36 earned run average. We're sitting at 333 against Wheeler. Works here in the ninth. A.J. Pierzynski, Alex Rios, and Adam Dunn to face Dan Wheeler in the ninth. This one sent down the right field line, but will make its way to the seats. Covidien, a global healthcare products company, is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation, helping to address health needs in our communities. Action in the pen for the White Sox. Brian Bruni, right-hander, is up. Fouled back, 0-2. Sevis gave up 8 runs in his outing in 5+. Atchison 2 innings, 2 runs. Bobby Jenks worked out of trouble in the 8th. His return from the DL, and now Wheeler working the 9th inning. It was 10-1. It's now 10-5. Pierzynski gets jammed and pops it up. Youkilis will make the catch. Lowry almost colliding.
Don't want any more collisions for Jed Lowry. He's already got that sore shoulder from a collision with Kyle Crawford over the weekend in Detroit. Youkilis making the catch for the first out here in the 9th.
One out for Alex Rios. It's had a quiet night, 0 for 4 in the game. Night where the White Sox have 10 runs on 14 hits. In there for a strike, 1-1. Well, don't forget, coming up immediately after the game, stay with us for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. It's all the post-game coverage you'll need. It's right here on NESN. A 1-1 pitch to Alex Rios. Down and away, 2-1. Dan Wheeler, 3 scoreless outings since coming off the DL on the 20th of May. 3 2/3 innings. Pitched an inning and a third last night against the White Sox. 7 of his 10 overall appearances have been scoreless. Spent time on the DL, the left calf strain. It's activated on the 20th of May. Foul back, 2-2. The Warwick, Rhode Island native, ready with a 2-2 pitch. Sent foul down the right field line, out of play. Tim Wakefield and Gavin Floyd here tomorrow as we play day baseball finale of the 3-game series with the White Sox. The Sox will have Thursday off, and then the Oakland A's will be in town for 3-game series before the Red Sox head back out on the road. 2-2 to Rios. In the air to right. Drew back a step or 2. 2 down in the 9th. Your radio home for the Boston Red Sox is also the home for Boston's #1 morning show, Dennis and Callahan. Tune in tomorrow morning at 6 to hear the best sports talk in America with John Dennis and Jerry Callahan. It's weekday mornings at 6 on the WEEI Sports Radio Network, and of course right here on NESN. 2 outs in the 9th, and Adam Dunn coming up. He has walked, been hit by a pitch, and singled. He's also popped out. Red Sox go into a shift for him on the right side of the infield as he fouls the first pitch back. Rays are victorious tonight as they win 5-4 over the Rangers. I want to remind you, a new start time on Saturday at 1 p.m. Game was scheduled originally at 7 o'clock, but Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final is Saturday night from Vancouver, so giving Boston fans a chance to watch both. And our game at 1 o'clock on Saturday here at Fenway Park is a change. And the game will be right here on NESN. And fans will have a chance to see the Bruins and Canucks in Game 2. Stanley Cup Final from Vancouver. Dunn takes the 1-1 inside, 2-1.
And just because NESN does not carry the Bruins in the Stanley Cup, there's still plenty of Bruins information on NESN.
Both a pre and post game show for each game. 2-1 is inside, 3-1.
And even on nights that they don't play, there's going to be some coverage.
And always at NESN.com. (3-1) to Adam Dunn. Ball 4, and Dunn down to first base. 2-out walk. Well, tomorrow, in fact, Jerry, 6:30 face-off live. Previewing Game 1.
That's a long pregame show. That's what, an hour and a half?
It will be an hour and a half.
That's a lot of hockey talk.
Rick and Nalco are already in Vancouver. Of course, Catherine Tappan will be anchoring the team back here in Boston.
I heard the interview that Tom Caron did with Andy Brickley about the first game of the series, and one thing I did learn is their goalie, Vancouver's goalie, I don't know his name, something Roberto. Luongo.
Yes.
He likes to go into the butterfly, which means you put the puck on net as much as you possibly can, then you go up high on the rebounds.
Because he's in the butterfly.
He's in the butterfly.
Can learn a lot from Brick.
As you told me, too, they're a very good power play team, so no cheap penalties. Stay out of the penalty box.
They do everything well. Very good defense as well there. Good team. Two down, Dunn at first, not being held on. Gordon Beckham waiting on a 1-1. And he lines it into center field, a ringing single for Beckham. His third hit of the night. It's first and second now with 2 down.
Now Beckham came into the game a .231 hitter, but 3 hits tonight, 3 for 5 with an RBI. Plenty of offense tonight for the Chicago White Sox. 15 hits now on the night.
Two on, 2 down. Brent Morrell coming up. Wheeler got 2 quick outs, but a walk and a single. It's first and second, 2 down. Very high, ball 1. White Sox had a 10-1 lead in this game. Red Sox scored 4 times in the bottom of the 8th, and it's now 10-5. In the air to left center. Coming from center is Reddick to make the catch. It ends the inning. White Sox strand a pair. Head to the bottom of the ninth. It's 10-5 White Sox. $500 to Children's Hospital Boston. CVS Pharmacy is the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. 10-5, White Sox on top of the Red Sox as we head to the bottom of the ninth inning at Fenway Park. Third pitcher of the night for the White Sox, Brian Bruni in the game. AAA Charlotte, he appeared in 19 games. He's 1-0 with a 1.31 earned run average. We're sitting at 162 against Bruni. Contract purchased from Charlotte on Monday. Signed by the White Sox as a free agent during the offseason. Last year with Washington was 1-2 in 19 games. Also pitched in Milwaukee and Mets organization, spending a fair amount of time at AAA. Spent time on the DL with a strained right shoulder and missed the remainder of the season, going on the DL in August. Jed Lowry leads it off in the home half of the ninth inning. Red Sox trailing by 5 runs as he takes ball one. Bruni falling behind 2-0. Red Sox need some base runners. There's a strike, 3-1. Will Ullman went a third of an inning and gave up the home run to David Ortiz. He's charged with 1 run. It was a 3-run shot. The other 2 get charged to Umber. There's ball 4. Last thing Ozzie Guillen wants to see with a 5-run lead in the ninth. Leadoff walk to get it started in the bottom of the ninth.
And most of those pitches up and out of the zone to Jed Lowry.
One on, nobody out. And here's J.D. Drew, 0 for 3 in the game. He's grounded out twice and struck out. He takes ball 1. Red Sox being patient, no reason not to be, with Bruni having trouble throwing strikes, throwing 6 pitches, 1 for a strike.
And also with the 5-run deficit.
There's a strike, 1-1. Popped up. Left side of the infield. Morel coming into the grass to make the catch. 1 down in the ninth. Comes Jason Varitek, a 2-hit night. One of the few members of the Red Sox able to get to Humber. He homered off him in the third after Humber had retired the first 8 Red Sox he faced in the game. And then Varitek would single off him in the 6th, the 2-for-3 night. Strike one. Ryan Bruni, 249 relief appearances between Arizona and New York and Washington. It is 0-1. On the outside corner, 0-2. Bruni throwing hard at 95 and getting the outside corner. Varitek protecting the plate. So he's headed back out there again in 95 and fouls it off. Varitek chops it up the middle. Off the glove of Ramirez. Heading towards third base is Lowry. And the Red Sox have runners at first and third with one down. Jason Varitek collects his 3rd hit of the night.
Yeah, the home run back in the 3rd inning, a base hit in the 6th, and now the base hit up the middle. Just off the top of the glove of Alexi Ramirez, the shortstop. That ball had some topspin on it and quickly got by him. Lowry heads to third base.
First and third, one down. Josh Reddick sends it out to left, but Juan Pierre is there to make the catch. Tagging at third and scoring is Lowry, but a big out, 2 down here in the 9th. So it is 10-6 now, with Jason Varitek at first base and Drew Sutton coming up. Sutton singled in the 8th inning in his first at bat, took over at second base for Dustin Pedroia when the game was 10-1. Ball one inside. Check swing foul. Chris Sale up in the pen. He'd been up earlier. Back up again. A 1-1. Down and in, 2-1. Jason Varitek first base, 2 down here in the 9th. Sutton chops it foul, and the Red Sox are down to their last strike. Two. This is for ball 3, full count. Adrian Gonzalez hoping he can get a chance in the inning. Sutton lifts it down the right field line over his Lillibridge towards the pole, and he will not make the catch. It's a fair ball. All the way from first, Varitek will score. Sutton will stop at second, and the Red Sox get their 7th run and are still breathing in the 9th.
Well, since Reddick and Sutton have been in the game, Reddick's got a double and a sacrifice. And Sutton a single, and now a double, driving in 2 runs. Nice effort out there by Lillibridge, but he can't quite come up with it.
That appeared to be gone, Jerry. Did Fan touch that?
It's hard to tell, Don. He was right up against the wall. I don't know if a fan touched it. There was no argument by Lillibridge on that. You would think if a fan touched it that there would be some type of argument.
Take a look at this other angle. The first one we saw. Watch the fan touch the ball.
If that's the case, it probably should be a home run.
Should be a home run. 10-7. Brian Bruni is out of the game. The White Sox make a pitching change as we step aside from Fenway. In between innings, and it's one of 2 things. Either this ball is gone off the fan's hand, or if he's not leaning over, if he is leaning over, it'd be fan interference and it should be out.
Right. It all depends on where that ball is. If it's in the stands, then it should be a home run from the Red Sox point of view. If he reached over into the playing part of view, then it should be an out. But the Red Sox still going here in the 9th.
So Sutton is at second base with 2 down. Chris Sale's into the game, his 20th appearance of the year, 2-0, 5.40 earned run average. 11 walks to 22 strikeouts. Adrian Gonzalez stands in. And takes strike 1. Left-handers hitting at .241 against Chris Sale. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Sale at 97 miles an hour.
Yeah, pretty live fastball there from Sale on the outside part of the plate to Gonzalez.
Closer for the White Sox, Sergio Santos, all of a sudden. It's 10-7 right now. Sutton's at second base. Red Sox trail 10-1 at one point in this game. Here's an 0-2 pitch. And Gonzalez strikes out to end tonight's game. Tough at bat against Chris Sale, and a tough night for the Red Sox as they've dropped the first 2 games of this series to Chicago.
Well, it is, and the Red Sox got off to a very tough start. Severs did not have a good start tonight. It's tough to play come from behind when you're that far behind in the ball game, and that's the case. I'll tell you, Chicago, they play very good baseball against the Red Sox.
So it is 10-7. The White Sox win Game 2 of the series. For Jerry Remy and Heidi Watney, I'm Don Orsillo saying good night from Fenway Park. Join us again tomorrow afternoon for the series finale with the White Sox. The live coverage from Yawkey Way begins at 12:30. This has been a presentation of Nesson, New England's most watched sports network. It's time now for WB Mason's Extra Innings Live. Here's Tom Caron.